7 a.m. in East London, the kind of night where time doesn't move. It just sits heavy in the air. Ethan Walker, 28, sat alone in his one-room flat, half-empty mug of coffee beside a laptop that had just delivered its final blow. The email was short, polite, and devastating. That phrase had appeared so often in Ethan's inbox that he almost knew how the rest of the letter would read, word for word. Outside, the rain drummed against the window like an accusation. Inside, Ethan sat motionless, shoulders slumped, heart sinking. Months of preparation, countless sleepless nights, and one dream, gone in 4 words. He had told his friends that this was his big break. He had called his mother back in Manchester just a week before, promising that things were finally turning around. Now, he couldn't even bring himself to text her back. The weight of everyone's expectations pressed on him like bricks, and beneath it all, a whisper that kept echoing inside his head. They were right about me. He closed the laptop and sank into the couch. The silence was unbearable, the kind that feels like it's shouting at you. He didn't cry, he just stared. Somewhere between failure and exhaustion, Ethan realized something strange. The world hadn't stopped turning. The city outside still breathed. People still laughed, argued, lived. And yet, inside him, something had quietly died. If you've ever felt that kind of silence, that pause between losing and letting go, pause this video for just a second. 1. Breathe. Because sometimes it's not your dream that dies. It's the version of you that wasn't ready to carry it yet. Now listen carefully, because this is where Ethan's story starts to turn. A week later, Ethan wandered through Hyde Park, hoodie pulled up, hands in pockets, mind somewhere between quitting and disappearing. He passed by a street artist, an older man, painting under a plastic sheet to keep out the drizzle. Ethan stopped, watching him mix colors with steady hands. At some point, the artist looked up and said, without looking at Ethan, Ethan blinked. The man went back to painting like he hadn't just handed him a new way to see life. Those words followed him home. He opened his laptop again that night, same seat, same mug, same glow, but this time, instead of checking emails, he began to type. It wasn't polished, it wasn't planned, it was raw, painfully honest. But when he hit publish on that story, something unexpected happened. Within days, comments started flooding in. People from Berlin, New York, Glasgow, and Amsterdam writing, "I thought I was the only one. I failed too. But maybe that's okay." Ethan realized he wasn't alone. And maybe he never had been. Months passed. That one story became 10. And slowly, the same people who once said he failed began sharing his work. He didn't get the job he wanted, but he found a purpose he never expected. Failure didn't crush him, it redirected him. So when people said, he smiled and said, "Failure isn't the end of your story, it's the edit that makes your story worth telling." Sometimes, life has to erase the wrong chapter to help you write the right one. So if you've ever been told you failed, remember Ethan. Because maybe, just maybe, they were right. But that doesn't mean they were final. Drop this in the comments. I failed, but I'm not finished. This is Buried Life Stories, where the lessons life writes don't need approval. Subscribe, because the world doesn't need another perfect story. It needs the real ones.